Lucas, you're from the 608. Where's that? Where are you from?
This is Lucas from Madison, Wisconsin.
From Madison, Wisconsin. Is that where cheddar cheese comes from? Wisconsin cheddar, right?
Yes, we have very good cheese here, thank you.
Awesome. Send some cheddar to the Mahalo offices. I'm big on the cheese. I love grilled cheese. Yeah. Anyway, Lucas, you want to pitch on Jason Shark Tank. You have 500 live viewers. The show is getting viewed in the first month after it comes out by about 25,000 people watch the show. It's not insignificant to get this slot. Every week, 30 people want to pitch. No pressure. You got selected by Alex, and you got 60 seconds, so start your pitch.
Sounds good. So, in the modern world, we have an information problem and we have a decision-making problem. There's too much noise and there's not enough substance, not enough debate in politics. Every day, people are bombarded with a torrent of information, but don't know if it's good information or not. And every day, we're making decisions without enough definitive, high-quality information. So we have a solution. Over the past 3 years, my partners and I have created a methodology and designed the functionality for a website that empowers people to collectively and transparently determine if an idea is logical or not, regardless of its popularity. In short, it's a human-powered problem-solving engine, a tool that shows the difference between reason and opinion, and collectively rates logicality to reach a conclusion. A true marketplace of ideas where the market determines the quality of the ideas. So we have a patent-pending methodology, we have a development plan and business plan, but this will be some significant work to build. The methodology is necessarily complex, though the user interface will be fairly simple. So building it ourselves wouldn't happen in a reasonable period of time. But we have a strong enough idea to be appealing to angel investors. So I'm calling you, Jason, to hit you with this and hear your thoughts and maybe get some help on the investor front.
Okay. So your pitch was good at the start, I think. I'm just going to give you some general pitch ideas. The pitch was good because you sort of got my interest piqued when you were like, obviously there's a lot of information, so I'm saying yes, there's a lot of information out there. A lot of decision making is very hard to do. I said yes, that's true. Decision making is hard. Separating fact and from opinion, is it a good idea? All these things started to resonate with me, and I immediately started thinking about InTrade, which is a predictive market, or Challenge Post, which is which I'm an investor in, which is a marketplace of challenges and stuff like that. So you did get me going there. However, it ended, and I said, what exactly is the product? How does it manifest itself into a product? So my first question for you is, what exactly is the product? It's a website where
This is a website. It's sort of a democratizing thing. It's combining a problem-solving methodology with Web 2.0 tools. So it basically allows a large group of people, like the U.S., for example, to reach a definitive conclusion about major issues. So you could find definitively which healthcare proposal makes the most sense through this collective intelligence.
I've heard of these kind of things before, and my main concern, and my concern as an investor would be, you have a very big idea. I like that, right? Everybody wants to have a big idea. Mahalo is going to be a human-powered search with Q&A and knowledge, and it's going to be the best place to get an answer to your question, to find information you can trust. Big, lofty goal. How do you do it? And then we started getting into the details of that. We build topic pages, we build how-to articles, and we build a Q&A service, try to put all those things on one page. So I get, like, you have a big goal. I'm worried about how does it manifest itself. You know, figuring out which healthcare thing is the best. Wow, I mean, if we had that would be incredible. But how about trying to just help people figure out which healthcare plan is best for them, or which medicine they should take, or what movie should they see this weekend? I mean, there's a lot of people who have tried to work on this problem. I don't know that you can build a site to do that for everything, can you?
Well, I believe we can, and it does both the big picture stuff and the small picture stuff. It's all user-generated content. And this methodology that we've spent 3 years working on truly does allow people to separate fact from opinion. And, for example, you know, this site can show something to make sense, even if it's wildly unpopular. You know, that's sort of the true test.
So how do you deal with 100 people coming in who are left-wingers or right-wingers who say, you know, I want to have universal communist health care, and the other person saying, I want to have nobody get health care?
We've spent this time making it game-proof, abuse-proof, It's entirely automated. There's no variation. So yeah, it's robust enough that it can take that
okay.
sort of.
What's your background? Where do you come from? How old are you?
So I'm 31. I'm an architect in local Politico, and my partners come from various design industries, and also, of course, a senior web developer as a partner. So we've basically approached it, each of us, from a design point of view, and looking at the academics of it and how to turn it into a real thing. And it's an incredible nut to crack, but
yeah, okay,
we've got it.
So good. I think you need to come up with a killer application so that when you pitch it, you can say, Tyler, here's how we're going to launch. We're going to launch with X, then we're going to go to Y, then we're going to go to Z. Tyler, you had an insight?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because the way that you're pitching it kind of almost sounds too good to be true,
right.
in a way.
Yeah.
So, and that'll
That's
scare
the problem
people.
I've been having.
Yeah, that'll scare people. They're gonna be like, okay, he's a little kooky. This one, we got a live one.
Right. Right.
So you might want to give very specific case instances where give really solid examples. Like, have you, instead of saying we solve all problems, start with specific problems.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler's exactly right. That was a great insight from Tyler. And so I think you did a good job with the elevator pitch. What do your parents do? What's your background?
My mom is my mom's a teacher. My dad's a cop. Blue collar kid growing up in the Midwest.
Okay.
He really got into politics a few years ago, and now I read macroeconomics for fun and live and breathe this stuff. So it's been my cause for quite a few years now.
I like it. You got the feedback, which is you have a lot of ideas. They're good. You have a lot of enthusiasm. That's good. You have no basis in reality currently. That's bad. So you're scaring people for a reason. Tyler nailed it. The investors are going to go, we got a live one here. Which, if you're a live one with a track record, great. Steve Jobs walks in and says, I'm going to solve people's emotional problems. We're like, oh, great, here's $100 million, or Mark Andreessen or whatever. You don't have that credibility right now. You're just some kid from Wisconsin, making cheddar cheese or something. You gotta come up with, like, here is the application that is already in the market that is working. If you're going to raise capital. Angel capital, you might be able to get away with some mock-ups. So what I would do, I would challenge yourself to make wireframes. Do you know what a wireframe is?
I've got very well laid out Photoshop mock-ups that explain the way the entire system works. So I can prove to you that it is functional.
Good.
Everyone I've talked to about it has been amazed and said it's going to work. It's going to change the world. Great.
So you send me some mock-ups. I'll take a look at them under a friend DA, and we'll go from there. I think
Beautiful.
Get some really good examples, and maybe we'll have you call in again. This was a great pitch. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, sir. This is better than the Shark Tank show, I got to tell you.
Absolutely. And who are the sponsors of This Week in Startups? I'm wondering if you know.
You broke up a little bit there.
And tell me the name of the sponsors of This Week in Startups. Do you know their names? Just curious.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Ustream, DNA Mail. I've already thanked them in Twitter. No, I thank them.
Ustream, DNA Mail, and who else?
Ustream, DNA Mail. Who am I forgetting?
He's scanning Twitter right now.
He's scanning Twitter.
Audible,
of course.
WebSpy.
Right. Okay. Good. See, this is why I'd like to ask that, because how long have you been listening to the show?
Probably about 3 or 4 weeks, but I've watched most of the episodes by now.
Oh, really? You're going back and listening to the past episodes?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's about 40 hours of work. What are you doing? Watching while you work?
I haven't done it all yet.
Yeah.
Well, so when we filed the patent for the methodology, it was time to make this a real thing. So I quit the architecture job, and I've been working on this full time.
Wow.
Developing the business plan and making this thing real.
All right. I like where you're going. I'm fascinated. I want to see the next level of your iteration. I want to see some of the screenshots, and we'll talk from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck and have a great weekend.